Hey guys, today we are going to look at how to put pictures in your game window. So your learning objective today, I'd like you to be able to explain the process of putting pictures in. Let's take a look here. So one of the first things you're going to do is you need to pound include a new library, pound include Allegro image.h, and then you need to turn on that helper library. We're missing a little bit of code here. Let me actually show you what this looks like in its entirety. So you still need Allegro, the basic Allegro window, or library I mean. But anytime you use one of these helper libraries, like with this, we're using the image helper library, you need to pound include it. You need to initialize it after you initialize regular Allegro, and you actually need to turn it on too. So you're going to right click on the project name, go to properties. You should see this new Allegro 5 option pop up. Hit add-ons and make sure image add-on is on. Later on, you will probably have games that have fonts, images, all sorts of things, sound, all on at the same time. But we're going to start with baby steps here. Okay, so I'm going to create a 700 by 500 display window. I think in the last couple of videos I've called this game window or something. I'm calling it display here. You get to pick what you call this. You can call it Bob. This is the only part that needs to stay as it is. And then here I created this variable and put nothing in it because I hadn't initialized it yet. Here I've created these variables and right away I'm putting something in it, and I can do that because I've already initialized the helper library. So I've created these two variables, these bitmap variables, Pickle Rick and Island, and I've loaded them from the folder. You can see them there. Okay? Make sure that whatever you've downloaded you cut and paste it into the proper folder so your program can actually find it. Okay, notice the two different types here. Pickle.jpg is a JPEG, and it's not going to have automatic transparency. Island is a PNG, and it will have automatic transparency. So when I run this thing, sorry, computer's a little slow today here. There we go. Do you see how the island just has this nice crisp edge to it here? And while Pickle Rick has this white square around him. That's because one is a PNG and one is a JPEG. Now, Allegro does have a function, AL convert mask to alpha, which will mask out a certain color. The only problem is if your picture is not really made to do this, it's going to come out looking kind of funky. So it got rid of most of the white, but then you have this weird shading effect around his sides. So what you're going to need to do is either open this up in Paint and actually make this a clear white on the sides, or find a PNG, or some other trick like that. And you don't always have to have the background clear out be white. Sometimes you can have it. A really common color with sprite developers is to have their background be like a really obnoxious shade of magenta pink or bright green that they don't really use in the game. You just need to be careful because if you have this for a particular color, that means that it's going to be transparent anywhere. Now, we kind of lucked out that his eyes aren't a pure white, because otherwise you'd be able to see through his eyes, and that would be pretty creepy. You'll see more of that when we talk about sprites later on. Okay, cool. So we're going to clear, here's our render section. We have enough going on here to actually think of this as a render section. We're going to wipe the background screen to be this lovely dark purple. And then we're going to draw both of our bitmaps. And please notice that the order of these things matters. So I drew Pickle Rick first and then the island second. So that's why the island is on top of Pickle Rick. Now, if you wanted to change the order, you just need to change when each code is run. So now at this point, Pickle Rick is in front of the island. So it is going to stack according to the order that you put it in there. Cool. Your project for this particular assignment, so we already talked about that, is I'd like you to create an Allegro program, upload at least 3 pictures, including one with a transparent background, and then post a screenshot to your blog or wherever you're turning this into. In your blog, please explain what steps you need to take to display JPEGs and PNGs in your game. Good luck. Call me if you need any help.